Okay, everyone. I'm here for another retro review. This is a retro wrestling review. I don't think I've ever said this, but retro reviews to me are anything that is in the past that I'm not doing a main series for. So it's just basically random events that are from the past. That's how I decide what a retro review is, okay? Today's retro review is, if you can see this, here. Today's retro review is King of the Ring 1993. The very first King of the Ring. That's my handwriting, and that's my notes I take for wrestling shows. I don't do in-depth note-taking for wrestling shows, because most matches, I don't do that. But I do write all their stuff down. So those are the notes I took for King of the Ring 93, which is this retro review I'm doing. So King of the Ring 1993 took place on June the 13th, 1993, from the Nutter Center in Dayton, Ohio. Now, I lived near Dayton, Ohio in 1993, but my parents were not the biggest wrestling fans in the world, so to ask them to go to a wrestling show with me wasn't exactly advantageous. So I didn't go to this show, but I did buy it on VHS tape. Yes, I remember what a VHS was. Anyway, there are 9 matches on this show. 6 King of the Ring matches and 3 non-King of the Ring matches. Opening contest, Bret is a King of the Ring quarterfinal match. Bret the Hitman Hart versus Razor Ramon. 2.5 stars. Not as good as the Royal Rumble 93 match. The Rumble 93 match is better. That's at least a 4-star match. It's a much better match. This is still 2 stars. Finish, Razor Ramon goes for like a back suplex off the second rope, and Bret tilts his weight and then covers Razor and gets the win, which advances him in the tournament. So our second match, King of the Ring quarterfinal, Mr. Perfect versus Mr. Hughes. 1 star, nothing special. Perfect wins by DQ when Mr. Hughes takes Undertaker's urn that he stole, and he cracks Perfect in the face with it. Nothing much, 1 star. So we get a King of the Ring quarterfinal, which is the shortest match of the quarterfinals. I think, anyway. As it's Hacksaw Jim Duggan versus Bam Bam Bigelow. It's half a star. Bigelow wins. This was Duggan's final pay-per-view in the WWE because he went to WCW in '94, but this was his final pay-per-view appearance in WWE as far as I know. So the next match is the final quarterfinal match, as it's Tatanka versus Lex Luger. 2.5 stars, goes to a time limit draw. Which the King of the Ring had this weird thing sometimes when they did all 4 of these things here. Because there were a couple times when they've done, all 3 rounds. There's 4 King of the Rings that have had all 3 rounds on the show. 93, 94, 95, and 99, and 2000. There's 5 King of the Rings that did this. 2 of them have a match where that goes to a time limit draw. This one in King of the Ring 95. So, this goes to a time limit draw. It's 2.5 stars. So, time limit draw, both guys are gone. Bigelow moves to the finals. So then we get the semifinal, which is a rematch from SummerSlam 91, which is an all-time WWE classic. As it's Bret Hart versus Mr. Perfect. 3.5 stars. Not as good as the SummerSlam 91 match. The match at SummerSlam 91, even though Mr. Perfect was injured, is still much better than this. That match is one of the all-time great SummerSlam matches. This is good, but not as good as that. It's 3.5 stars, whereas the SummerSlam 91 match borders on 5 stars. So, still a good match, though. 3.5 stars. Bret Hart won with a roll-up. So then we get the WWE Championship match. Hulk Hogan versus Yokozuna in a rematch, WrestleMania 9, that actually never should have happened. It's 2 stars. Hogan lost here. A photographer put a fireball in Hogan's face, and then Yoko dropped the leg drop. And that was it, and then Hogan went off to WCW. And Yokozuna won the championship that he would hold until WrestleMania 10. 2 stars. So then we get an 8-man tag match. The Steiner brothers and the Smoking Guns versus Money Incorporated and the Headshrinkers. 2-star 8-man tag, but it's a normal 8-man tag. Scott Steiner wins with a small package on the $1 Million Man. Or it might have been Rick Steiner, I don't know. It was one of the Steiners. 2 stars. So then we get the WWE Intercontinental Championship match. Shawn Michaels versus Crush. 1.5 stars. Definitely not one of Shawn Michaels' best matches, but then again, he's wrestling Crush, who wasn't really known for having good matches anyway. Finish comes when Doink the Clown comes out, distracts Crush. Michaels hits sweet chin music in the back of Crush's head, covers him, retains the IC title. That he really never lost, because he lost it in '93 due to he failed a drug test and they basically stripped him of the title, but he kept the title he had, and it led to the stuff of Razor Ramon at WrestleMania 10. So, 1.5 stars. So then we get the main event, the King of the Ring Final. The only time I believe that the King of the Ring Finals ever main evented the King of the Ring. In fact, it is the only time. Because in '94, it's main evented by Roddy Piper and Jerry Lawler. '95 as a tag match main event. '96 is main evented by Michaels and Bulldog. '97 is main evented by Undertaker and Farouk. '98 is main evented by Austin and Kane. '99 is main evented by Austin and McMahon's. 2000's main event is a 6-man tag for the WWF Championship. 01's is a triple threat for the WWF Championship. And 2002's main event is Undertaker Triple H for the WWE Championship. So this is the only time the King of the Ring Final main evented King of the Ring. I thought it always should have main evented King of the Ring, as this is pretty much the thing this is named after, so it should main event the show, but this is the only time it did. 3 stars. This is a surprisingly good match. Big O gets a 3 count originally, but Luna Vachon had come out and hit Bret with a chair when the ref wasn't looking. So then Earl Hebner comes out, him and Joey Marella converse, and then they restart the match, and Bret eventually wins with a victory roll. He gets coronated King of the Ring, and then Jerry Lawler comes out, puts him down, assaults him, and that leads to the Bret Hart-Jerry Lawler feud that essentially went for 2 years. Because it didn't officially end till King of the Ring in '95. Even though Lawler had some feuds here between Piper, with Piper and Doink the Clown in between, he was still feuding with Bret Hart while he had those feuds going on. So, the only time, his feud with Bret was subsided while Bret was champion going against Owen Hart in '94, and certain things, but he was still feuding with him verbally, so it was a feud that essentially went for 2 years. So 45 stars is 17.5, so it's really close to a C show. It is. It's a C-. It's really close to a C. The next WWE Retro Review will be King of the Ring 1994, and I'm not doing the King of the Rings in order for the Retro Review. I just want to do 94 next just because of the commentary team there. I can talk a lot about it because of how bad it is. Because if you thought because let me put it this way, if you thought Mike Adamle was the single worst announcer in WWE history to ever call anything, you'd be wrong. That distinction goes to one of the commentators from King of the Ring 1994, which I will talk about in the next Retro Review I do, which will probably be next Wednesday, actually. Well, at least the next WWF Retro Review, or E. The next Retro Review will be a WCW review. I don't know what it'll be. That'll be decided tomorrow. Power Rangers Jungle Fury, I just finished watching. I'm going to write that review tomorrow, have that review up for Saturday. If you watch my Power Rangers series reviews on this channel, or anything Power Rangers related, that'll be up on Saturday. So, this will be in the Retro Wrestling Review playlist I started, so if you like this video, like button is down there, subscribe button is down there, and thank you for watching. Bye.